I appreciate that thoughtful. I don't know what word I'm trying. That was a thoughtful gesture, but it wasn't a gesture. Well, it was verbiage. That was a nice thing to hear. That's you made me feel good today. It's been I had kind of a rough start this morning. I didn't sleep good last night, and I haven't been sleeping good at night. And when I when I don't sleep good at night, it makes me irritable during the day.
During the day?
Yeah. I'm not. I need sleep so I can get through the day. And when I don't sleep, like, because I don't, when I'm saying I don't, like last night, I was up at 2 and then 4, and then finally it was just like, okay, let's go outside, walk around already at like 6 or whatever. And I just, anyway, what are you going to do? Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Well, you just heard, so I guess I'm done. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Anyway, it's just had it. Sometimes you just got to start your day over. You know, sometimes things happen. You just got, okay, that was a really shitty thing to happen, but we're just going to press on and start over, you know, and then sometimes other shitty stuff comes up and you got to, okay, we're going to start our day over again. Sometimes you just got to do it 3-4 times. Life is just a weird thing. Life is such a trip. It's so trippy to me. I just had 2 synchronicities related to music. I was plugging in, or I was changing the CD or the DVD. Mom got Quincy for her birthday, so we've been watching Quincy. The original Forensics Man. And God, I watched him when I was little. That's my early childhood programming. And always, what are they up to? What are they hiding? They're hiding. Yeah. Plus, I'm Scorpio moon, so it's in me. In Vedic and in Western. So I'm Scorpio moon, fall shawl. So the first synchronicity is I was over there changing the CD and another DVD fell on the ground. Okay. And the song that was playing in my ear was Natasha Bedingfield. But what's it called? Natasha? I hold on. Now it's not going to find it. Pocket Full of Sunshine. And I picked up the DVD, and the movie that I picked up was Easy A, and that song is like obnoxiously in that movie. That was synchronicity number 1. And then the second synchronicity was I was in the bathroom and I was just clowning around the mirror, and I said something about having my Christian Slater hair. Because my hair has like, I don't know, I'm going through a Christian Slater hair. And he was in a movie called Pump Up the Volume. And there was a song in the movie by the Pixies. Pixies? Yeah. In Pump Up the Volume. It was called Wave of Mutilation. And when I was cheesing about having my Christian Slater hair, a Pixie song came on, so that was the second synchronicity. It would have been better if it would have been Wave of Mutilation. It wasn't. It was off the Doolittle album. I can't remember what song it was, but I'll still call it one. So here's that picture. I was talking about it last night. I couldn't find it. This is I wonder how many people would recognize this. I wonder how many people were in military wartime there. From all the way back from the beginning of Operation Desert Storm. This is a hotel called The Sun. And it's on the island of Crete. And this is where a lot of military personnel has stayed. A lot of people have cheated on their spouses there. Yep. You know, just having a few beers next to the pool on your day off before you know it. Uh-oh. It's a weird environment. It's a very gross environment. It wasn't my environment. That's why I only did 6 years. And people don't like about how I talk about what really happens there. Because a lot of them can identify with what I say, and it makes them look bad because it's shitty behavior, you know. I never identified with cheaters. I've never cheated on anybody, not my whole entire life, not even like emotionally. Nope. And I've always been the dumpy.
What?
I've always been the one that's been dumped. One girl, it was hilarity. We were on and off for like 8 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but there was a couple of periods in there that we wouldn't even look at each other for like a year and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then and as it went on, we were on less period, and it just got less fun, and you just don't want to do it anymore. After there's so much damage done, when you just don't want it, it's just like, no, that's cool. That's cool. Good. Have fun with that. Take care. I don't want to play this stupid nonsense anymore. Where are you going?
I need to go back.
Here, I'll take you.
You
You are getting to be a little old lady.
But it's cute, right?
You're adorable. Nobody's gonna dispute that. I'll get it later. I hope nobody took your seat. No, they didn't. Luna's still on the chair over there. There you go. You got that? There you go. Here, I'll go back and turn off that light. Oh, that's pretty. The system. I was thinking about the system today. I called this talk the system. The system is it's just such, I see, when I think about this system, I think of this system as like a person. Like an entity, like a person. Like collectively, all these people work for the system, but there's always somebody at the top designating which way the system's going to go. And who gets what. There's always somebody designating who gets what.
Upper class.
You know it. So, the class wars are turning into the class bores, because they're freaking they're just, so void of logic. They just completely run on on ego. I remember when I haven't liked Mariah Carey since like 19. I never liked Mariah Carey.
It was a long time.
Like, or I never liked those, like, well, a couple of them later here, cheesy ones I did later in life, but like when I was younger, I didn't like the bands that everybody like, you know.
Oh,
I was like the
you were good.
I never felt I didn't fall into a category either. I was just Marge. I wasn't like that goth stuff. I wasn't a stoner. I didn't smoke. I mean, I didn't hang out on the corner and smoke cigarettes. I wasn't an intellectual. I dabbled. I was a little bit of everything, kind of. Little this, little that. I hung out with these folks, hung out with them. Could identify with them. Yeah. So the system is because I was thinking, because I read a story. People don't understand what stress does to the mind, to the psyche. When like a mother or a parent is like in fear for their child, unless they're one of those wackadudes that are coming all over the place, that are committing infanticide everywhere, and there's a lot of that going on. So many disheveled psyches going on right now, and Anyway, so I remember, no, I didn't, I was thinking about something else. I didn't lose it yet. So when we were young, Mom was always under so much pressure. She was always under so much stress because we were on welfare. We were on a fixed income. And my father tried to get custody of us, but he wouldn't have raised us anyway. It would have been his parents, because we were always with his parents anyhow. When we went down there on vacation, we didn't stay at his house, stuff like that. Yeah. So they had this. They instigated this custody suit, and it drug out for like 5 years. It was a 5-year custody suit. It was ridiculous. It was just like, and Mom was on such a limited income, and like the judge would have to, like, she'd have to come up with money for bus tickets, for transportation, to go down and stay at my grandparents' house, because we hardly ever saw my dad. I mean, he was a truck driver and shit like that, you know, and he didn't give a shit about kids. He was a young dude in the fucking 70s and 80s, you know, having a lot of fun in life. He didn't want to freaking hang out with... Anyway, so he was a total ladies' man and stuff like that, too. So, it made it so hard on us because of the system, right? Because you had to satisfy what a judge wanted, right? So we went without eating because you were so dedicated in complying with what the judge wanted. A lot of times we didn't have food because you'd have to put the money away to buy the transportation to accommodate the judge, right? And we just knew that we were hungry, you know. And it was so hard for her to watch her kids go. And she did a lot. I mean, and you were very resourceful, too, at the same time. Yeah, we got a lot of church food and stuff like that. Government cheese, stuff like that. You know? I don't think... And there's a lot of people that are living that way still now, today, because of the system. And I read a story today. I said, Mom, I don't know. I said, this is like... I don't know if I should tell you about this story, Ma. This is a gnarly, gnarly story. And she was like, you tell me, you can tell me. Like, I can handle, you know. Because she's getting a little old lady. Sometimes it's just not, it's best not to interject those vibrations into frequency. Yet, at the same time, ever since I was a little girl, Mom was never. She's like, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you about stuff, right? I'm not gonna keep things from you. And so I've known the painful truth my whole life. So I read the story to her, and it was about this woman in Venezuela. It was South Central America, and I'll read it like it's set up, okay? Because it says it initially says mother entombs body of daughter 5 years old in a box, filled it with concrete, and used it as a nightstand for several months. That's how it started, right? Now, as you read on the story, as you go on, the story unfolds. The little girl died of a respiratory infection. Okay? She didn't know what to do because of the system. She was afraid of the system. She was scared of the system. Oh my, and it was a fluke that the baby died. You know, it was sick. It was a sick kid. Everybody should be able to go to the doctor and get help, but no, you can't, because you got to feed the system. You got to have insurance. It's the most disgusting thing what this world has changed, what this world has evolved into. So the little girl had a respiratory, and the father actually is the one that actually called the police, because he's like, hey, I haven't seen my 5-year-old daughter in a long time. You know, and so they investigated and then found her in and then they did an autopsy, and she died of the respiratory infection. But she was so afraid that the system was going to take her other 2 children away from her that's what she did. And she knew that, you know, the system needs to. People have a very large misconception that the system is designed to help people, and I have been that one of those myself. I thought the VA system was to help veterans. It's not. It's to pay a bunch of people to sit in chairs, and you call this office and go here and go there, to feed their system so that they can get paid and buy their little fucking electric cars, which I think it's hilarious that Switzerland evidently banned electric cars after they're telling everybody, get your electric car. Now they're like, no, you can't plug in because, you know, too many people are trying to heat their houses and it's too hard on the infrastructure, so you're not allowed to charge them. Like, people are going to listen to that, right? Come on, man. So I was just like, you know, and that, which made me think when I thought about that, I said, see, because I understand. I have understood adult concepts. I never didn't. Even when I was a little kid, like the sexual innuendos and stuff like that people, I just never understood why sex was so important. And like people like had stupid jokes about it. It was just like, and dudes were so perverse when I was a young girl, because I developed young, because I hit puberty when I was 9. It was like a week after my 9th birthday. And and it's just, people just when have people not been crass? You know? Well, it's just who they are, right? It's just who uncle or Bill or cousin or brother or what. No, my brother wasn't a creep. That's one thing, is he wasn't a creep. Yeah. But the system, yeah, and I always imagine the system and what it could be like if, like, people could go there, you know, and like, man, our house burnt down, we lost everything, and if they just went into, like, you know, the city hall, and they're like, that's all right, you know what, we got one right over here for you. You know, and then they just put the all call out to the community, you know, with the people in the family and the sizes of clothes that they needed and things like that, and then people just started freaking dropping them off at the donation site, getting them to the people. But the house, you know, I mean, it's already furnished and stuff because there's houses all over the place furnished and stuff, you know. I mean, that's how that I think the system should be. Because there is enough for it to be like that. But the system got too big for its britches and decided it needed too many shiny glass buildings and too many fancy nice cars with all the bells and whistles. They don't skimp on their freaking city cars and their county, on their new vehicles and stuff like they don't skimp at all. So instead of, you know, feeding this gross entity, the system, it needs to change. Because there's too many people. You know, there wouldn't be so many freaking junkies, I don't think. If I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that are hurt about stuff, and that they really do need to learn how to do the work to get past their hurts and things. I know how hard it is. I understand it. I get it. Do the work. Put in the work so people don't have to get as mad so much anymore. I was thinking about that today, too. About how, like, people's crimes of passion, like, people's level of anger is directly congruent with their level of powerlessness that they're feeling. Right? So the more they feel like they're in jeopardy of losing, the bigger their anger outbursts are. And the bigger their consequences. Boo. Yeah. That was like a whoop. Yep. Hey, Nathan, happy weekend to you. I didn't even realize it was Friday until like an hour ago. Because I have to stop and think about it because I'm in between time. we don't go by no clock here. Yeah, I try to avoid appointments at all costs. Although I do have one on the 7th coming up. I got to go in and have my lab works rechecked and tell them how crappy their phone systems are. Because I did a referral. I was going to call I wanted to check in with a psychologist because it's something I've done throughout the years just as a baseline, right? And now I don't know how safe it is in the system to even do that anymore. But at the same time, I mean, the guy that did call and leave some messages sounded like he was in his 70s, maybe even in his 80s, you know. So I called back and nobody answered the phone. It was just ridiculous. This stuff is just so infuriating to me. Because I just do what they tell me to do. But their shit's broken. It's just like they don't even have an answer machine. It just rings into an empty office. It's just yeah. So when he calls, I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll call, maybe I'll try, maybe someone will answer, and then nope, they don't. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's just people just like getting paid, but they don't like doing the work for they're getting paid to do anymore. And that's a personal thing. That's an integrity thing, man. You know? I'm like, if I'm going to have to be someplace, I'm going to give it my all. In whatever situation in life was. Like when I was an airman, I freaking couldn't stand the air farce. It's the biggest hot bunch of bullshit. You know, it was subpar. It was below standard to me. That's why I only did 6 years, and it had nothing to do with their. See, I was looking for policies and procedures and and this is how it is. I was looking for consistency, and you will not find that in the military. It's all about who's in charge, how they're feeling that day, and which way his wiener's laying. Yep. And you got all these dudes that just have gone around, and chicks too, that have gone around their whole entire life and just gotten their way. They don't even know what's going on in their work centers because they're just fed a bunch of bullshit. It's ridiculous. It's a pony show. It's the greatest, largest mass misappropriation of funds on the planet. You know, we should not have any military engagements unless we are defending this land. And this land only. And that's how it should have always been. So us going over there in the imaginary, in the fairy dust, in the imaginary world of freedom land, where people are free. The world doesn't want to see. We're actually seeing what it's like to live in freedom land, but it's not for everybody. It's just the freaking scumbag. These people that are making people dance like puppets at the top. I saw a twatter or something like that today about a bar in over there someplace in the desert, in the sand dunes, and it was like it's the Illuminati bar. I mean, it's just absurd. It's just people pump all this money and stuff into just 3D life, into the 3D earth, and people eat it up and they love it. The thing of it is a lot of people are their spirit. They're waking up to the fact that they have a spirit, and that, oh crap, the stuff that I do in this life, oh gosh, it's gonna have consequences. Really? People are figuring that out. They're waking up to that. It's a trip. Hi, Talk. You all right? What time? Oh, it's only 6:30. God, I feel. Oh, the first winter's coming up. Oh, we got 3 weeks. Oh God, not fast enough. Oh my lord. Good boy, Talk. Want down? You need down? Come on, handsome. Good boy. Good boy. A little boost there.
Some help. Yeah.
Need a drink?
Some water.
Hit that hydration station.
Yeah, that's what
Shake it off, buddy. My little old men's. We're all we're just all getting older, huh, baby? Good boy. He doesn't really like these lights, but he's hitting the hydration station. They're good. We're just living one day at a time. Huh, Lunatickle? She's over here all cuddled up in the blankets. Look at her on cloud 9. Do you see her all cuddled up?
Yeah, she's all snuggled in.
Look at you, all cute.
Snuggled in. Kisses for you, Marge.
Thank you, lady. So, the system. I wonder if it would change if I change, well, like, if visually the person, what it looks like to, because now it looks just like this like a cross between what Brett turns into on Weird Science. Or Chet, the older brother Chet, was he big old and that's the system. That's what the system looks like. It's just this blob of just this grossness that just like is just sucking everything in. And they really are causing freaking mass dents in humanity, man. Humanity is changing. Humans are changing because there's so many people on so many different substances that we have all these altered versions of reality. You got people that drink, they got such a broad spectrum of how they think things are. 1 minute it's one way, the next minute it's the next, but yet they repeat themselves all the time. I've been that mentality, and I've seen that mentality. See, that's why I like flour, because I ain't never been falling down stoned in my whole entire life. I never smoked a joint and be like, oh, you go to sleep, you take a nap, you wait, you drink some orange juice. Yeah, you go for a walk, then it's over. People do just all kinds of they just like to consume. And when I was a kid, man, thank goodness nobody put nothing like too crazy in front of me, because when I was up until, but that's what you do when you get older, is you do less things that cause harm to yourself. You're supposed to grow out of those things, and a lot of those people grow into them. And it's an evolution. It's a disease. Booze, man, it is so wicked that the harm that it does to the body. Because people don't talk about it, Like, how long do people drink before they actually lose their ability to have a freaking healthy bowel movement? You get to a point where you're just freaking you just have the shits for the rest of your life. You just have it's just your inside. It pickles people.
It pickles?
It pickles people. Booze pickles people.
Oh, booze.
Once you're a pickle, you ain't ever a cucumber again. Nope. Can't go back to cucumber and once you a pickle. So,
That's cute.
anyway. What am I here? Is that Stanley? You just tearing it up, Stanley. I'm a kitty meow meow. It's just his big meows. He's so cute and handsome and smart and funny and clever. He's witty and charming and who is that? Oh, Tuck, you want to go lie down? Come on, bud. You want to go lie down back here? Come on. Come on.
Oh.
Want to go lie down? I think is he looking for, I think he's looking for Luna. And Luna's in the chair. It's alright, bud. Here. Go right here. There you go, bud. Here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm almost done. We'll go back to Quincy and I'll turn off the light.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
He doesn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, okay, I think I hit all the points. I was going to tell the story about how much, and that's the thing, and you put people under stress and pressure. That's when they don't have any other alternative. That's when they start making really bad choices, because they got to take care of their family. I just am grateful that I have been given tools of faith, a toolbox full of faith, and other items that I found useful to not go to. Hey, my story, the last 6 years, almost 5 years, this next March 20, whatever it is, it'll be 6 years I've been doing these talks. People you can see the whole gamut of the stress and pressure I've been under. There's periods that I don't look healthy. I'm really stressed out. There's periods that things are kind of okay. Yeah. I've gone through the gamut on this channel in front of the whole world. Talking about, and it's not like, I haven't been a part of systems. I've been a part of the college system. I've been a part of the military system. And I excelled in them. In these areas, I wanted a 4.0 in college. I didn't get one, but I did make the dean's list, so whatever. And when I was a kid, I barely got C's and stuff. I was an average student. I never got student of the month. I was never an exceptional child. I was the kid that they put her over here and just make sure she doesn't, make too much noise, move around too much or whatever, But all the stuff they talked about was boring. I didn't have any interest in it. Unless it was animals. But I wonder if, how my life would have been different if I would have been placed in an environment where I was set up to succeed. And not just looked at as a problem child. They tested me for stuff all the time. Really? I always thought I was stupid. I think that because I don't know, I just have always had, I'm nacho neurotypical. I don't think like everybody, so it makes it, I can think like everybody when I dumb myself down a lot. When I bring it down to bring it up to the largest common denominator, or, but more people are coming down to the lowest. The lowest, so. Anyway, today turned out all right. It turned out all right.
Everything that was lit up is pretty.
Yeah, I was looking for some lights. I want to find. I found a couple. Some solar decorative lights so I can decorate the porch.
Oh, little ones.
Yeah, I found some little dragonfly ones. The thing of it is mail is so ridiculous here that it's I get so frustrated about it that it's almost not even worth trying to go for the item. No. So, and then plus I tried to add one. I added the little dragonfly ones to the cart, and then the second little snowflake looking ones. I tried to add those and it wouldn't add to the cart. And I was like, I'm not supposed to be doing this now. It's not working. And that's and so many things don't work. People keep talking about like new technologies and stuff like that. Although, I gotta send her that video. Oh, it came up right now. Pocket Full of Sunshine is playing right now. That's funny. Natasha Bedingfield. Anyway, is Pam Gregory has a hurt knee. She's an astrologer, and she has a hurt bum knee, and and it's like bone on bone. That's how my ankle and foot is. It's like that. It's awful. But that's how her knee is, and she hasn't been able to like go for her regular walks and stuff for like a week or several weeks, I think. And she found this new treatment where they take out like stuff from your body, and then like spin it and like do something with the platelets or whatever. I don't know. It's in her video. She describes it. I don't need to tell people about it. Just go listen to her video. The video's called a thank you, a personal thank you and miracle.
Oh, that's nice.
So I meant to send it to my friend earlier and I forgot, so I just did it. So it's only like it's a quick, but she goes through and talks about the procedure. And I think about that stuff, And people like I'm not into that transhumanism stuff. It's freaking ain't natural. That's not God intended. What the frick is the matter with you people? You freaking people, your nut jobs. You think you're freaking gods, and you're so egomaniacal, man. They're just watch too many freaking gangster movies and shit when they were little, and then now they're creating these lives that are just absurd for the rest of us to have to just witness when we're just trying to get by. It's just dumb. Their little theatrics and stuff. Urgh. Yep. Anyway, I want to end on a light note. I don't know a light note. I'm wearing one of my favorite T-shirts I found. This is as a computer professional, I find your faith in technology amusing. See, that's one thing that I see. I can't be friends with my exes. I thought. I mean, every now and again, I think I can, and then I can't. And it's my ex that has the embroidery shop that freaking that made this. And I miss that. Because I think of the T-shirt stuff all the time. Stuff for a T-shirt. So I got this like the first year that we dated. I thought that was fun because I'm not big on relationships, and that she was the longest. It was like 3.5 years, and it only lasted that long, I think, because she went to grad school. She got her master's degree from Ashland College in Iowa, and yeah, and so that took like 1.5 years. So that's probably the only reason why we dated for 3.5. We were one of those that should have just never not been friends. And so anyway, but her company makes. I mean, she has a website on Facebook. Years ago she did these designs for this rapper dude, Rocky the Rapper. Anyway, she did these dragons on these jeans, and they were like 25,000 stitches. I mean, it was just like the level of detail that she's put into. She's so very talented. She put up the Chihuly display that's in the Joslin Art Museum in Omaha. They asked her to come down and do it, and she drove down from Missoula, and they set it all out. Because they ship it in all these crates and stuff like that, and then they lay out. If you go to the Joslin, you can see pictures of it. It's this ginormous wall of glass ornaments ginormous glass ornaments. And they lay it all out first and string it up and then hang it up. And so they were going through laying it out, and then they inventory it and things like that, because they have like pictures and they make it look like this. Okay. And then they did all that, and then and she was walking through and hit. I don't have it anymore. I had a piece of the glass from it.
Did she break it?
She gave it to because she hit the table, and a piece bumped. She bumped the table, and a piece fell off and broke. And then everybody clapped because it was like 3.5 days.
Oh.
And that was the longest that it took for somebody to break a piece.
Oh.
So that's a little fiction and fact from Marge's almanac, because when she knew Shannon. So they always end up men. Do you want to find out if you're straight or not? Date Marge. You'll just end up that way. You'll just be straight. You won't have a choice in the matter. You just won't want to date women anymore. Marge will fix you that. The Christians will like me.
Oh.
They should like me. I'm fixing a lot of them.
Oh, that's good.
I'm a guinea pig. Yeah. I'm a science experiment.
The science experiment.
I'm not as, yeah.
That is
Anyway, it's what I got for now.